This is a walkthrough for students interested in completing their Microsoft Excel Associate Certification as of Fall 2025. There are 3 steps for completing the certification. First, users must complete the training prerequisite either via our in-person workshops or online using our Excel template files and GBFI created videos. We'll discuss these options in more detail shortly. In the second step, students are required to pass a practice exam, which is very similar to the actual exam. And in the third and final stage, students may sit for the actual Certiport exam. It is important to note, while the time that is expected to complete the program varies greatly with the user's previous knowledge of Excel, a rough estimate on completing the program is about 15 hours. It is also important to note students may not continue to the next step until satisfactorily completing the previous step. Training may be completed in person or online. Those who choose to complete the in-person training will need to attend 2 of our instructor-led workshops, which are held at the GBFI Financial Center at 1600 Valley Road. You must attend both a Tuesday and Thursday session to complete the training. Training will not be streamed, it is live only and offered on a first-come, first-served basis. We do not accept registrations. Dates for Fall 25 can be found on this slide as well as on our website. Students may also elect to complete training online. This can be done via our Blackboard organization course shell. In order to gain access to our organization course shell, students will email GBFI, at which point a representative will forward a link to be completed. Anyone who's currently enrolled in Econ 2100 is automatically enrolled in a course. Once a user is granted access, they can open the GBFI module in Blackboard on the left-hand side menu and click on the organizations and choose GBFI. From there, you'll be able to download the training workbook and open the file using the desktop version of Excel 365. The following instructions are explained in more detail in the upcoming video. When completing the file, students must take care to show all work, including formulas and edits, and continuously save the document in an XLSX format. When all chapters have been completed, students must upload the file to Blackboard for review. A GBFI representative will review the document and issue a pass-fail grade for the training portion of the program. Please allow up to 5 business days for a GBFI rep to check your work. Once the file has been completed and accepted, the student will receive an email notification with instructions to move to step 2 of the program. For step 2, students will receive an email which looks similar to this slide and includes video walkthroughs on how to access the software on Windows and Mac. Students are encouraged to take several practice exams in training mode, which includes hints and is not timed. However, in order to be eligible to sit for the official exam and get full credit for the step, students must pass an exam in testing mode. If a student does not pass the official exam, they are required to retake and pass an exam in testing mode for each attempt. The following video shows users how to launch an exam in testing and training modes. Once a user has passed the practice exam in testing mode, they can upload proof of their score on Blackboard, and a GBFI representative can confirm their score in the admin portal. We will then award points for this step and pass the user along to step 3. The final step is 3 of 3 is taking the official Certiport exam. A link to schedule an exam using our online system will only be provided after successfully completing steps 1 and 2. We highly recommend taking the exam in person at the GBFI Financial Center, as there are more testing times available and users can avoid any technical issues. Students will need to bring a student ID. Students must also wait 24 hours to retake a failed exam and 48 hours for subsequent exams. Users may elect to take the exam online with a few key differences. First, a test taker must arrive 10 minutes prior to the scheduled exam on a given Zoom link with a camera and ID ready. They will launch the exam 5 minutes prior to the exam time only. An exam window closes 20 minutes after the exam scheduled time. As with the in-person option, students must wait 24 hours to retake a failed exam and 48 hours for subsequent exams. There are a few additional notes for taking an exam online. First, if a user does not show for an exam and does not give 24 hours notice, they must wait 10 days to reschedule an exam. Also, the test taker is responsible for their test-taking environment and running the exam. Any technical issues may eat into their exam time or render them unable to take the exam. Here are a few notes about the exam itself. First, like the practice exam, a passing score is 700 or better out of 1,000. It is 50 minutes long and is a simulated exam similar to that on the Geometrics practice exam. There are no multiple choice. Students are given 5 to 7 assignments with 5 to 7 questions per assignment for a total of 35 questions. Users must wait 24 hours to retake a failed exam and 48 hours for subsequent failed exams, and must pass the Geometrics exam in testing mode for each testing attempt. After successfully completing the program, you will receive a digital badge from Credly, which you can post on LinkedIn and serves as completion for you. Also, GBFI will provide you with an Excel MOS certificate, and for students in Econ 2100, you'll receive the full 20% of your grade. That's broken down into 4% for passing the training, 4% for the practice exam, and 12% for the official Certiport exam. As a few words of caution, please do not run out of time. Assume it will take about 15 hours to complete the course. You'll also need to allow time in between steps to have the portions graded. And while you are encouraged to use AI, you're just not allowed to use it for the actual exam. Should you run into any trouble, you can utilize the following support channels. These are only available during normal business hours. In review, there are 3 components to the Excel MOS certification. First, GBFI training. Second, completing a practice exam. And finally, completing the actual Certiport exam. Thank you and good luck.